Good morning. This is going to be instructions for 21E Bohr model ions. You should have the worksheet from the sub. If you don't, go up and get it. So the objective is to draw Bohr models today of ions by following the TET rule, which I will talk about what that is. Ions, if you don't remember, is a charged particle. So neutral atom, charge is 0. Ion, you have that extra positive or extra negative. Just a little reminder, electrons have a negative charge, protons have a positive charge, and determine the element. Our new vocab, we did it with our worksheet a few days ago, but valence electrons are the electrons in the outermost shell of the Bohr model. And then the octet rule, this is new, is as follows. An atom wants to be stable and happy. And how it does this is by having a outer shell that is full of electrons. So if the Bohr model has one shell, and you write this in on your paper, it will want 2 electrons, because that's full, that's the max. If the Bohr model has 2 shells, the atom will want 8 electrons, because that's as many as that one can fit. And then the third, if the atom has 3 shells, it will also want 8 electrons. So in order to follow the octet rule, an atom will gain or lose electrons, whichever is easier and involves losing or gaining the fewest electrons. So I'm going to do an example now, and then hopefully all this makes sense. So, steps for drawing the Bohr models of ions. First, you need to draw the Bohr model for a neutral atom and state the number of valence electrons. So we're going to do this example here for sodium, and it is draw it for a neutral thing of sodium. So going to my periodic table, I need to find sodium. It's located here. So we have 11 protons. The mass number is 23. So there'll be 12 neutrons, and then it's in the third row, so 3 shells. So coming back to the assignment, and this will take me probably longer than it will take you because I have to do it on this. I have one shell. The proton number was 11 and neutrons was 12. So we're writing that on the inside like so. So now I have one shell. I need a second one. And then a third one, again, because sodium was in the third row. All right, awesome. So now my shells are drawn. Great, now I need to draw my electrons. So in this case, our electrons are, it's a neutral atom, so electrons will equal the number of protons. So since I have 11 protons, I'm going to need 11 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe it's around there. I don't know. Anywho, okay, so we start by placing it in the first energy level on the right-hand side. Then we go to the left-hand side. Then we do the next one. We start on the right. We go up and around. You place your first ones, and then you can duplicate it if you need more. Obviously, you need 11. Right now, we're only at 6 in there. So yes, I can definitely place more. Great, great, great. Now I'm at 8, 9, 10, and so I need one more there. That is finished. That is my Bohr model for my neutral atom of sodium. So yours should look like that as well. How many valence electrons? It's the number in the outermost shell. So for this, there is 1. Now, this is where it's getting new. All of that should have been reviewed. We've done it before. So what are the 2 options for the atom to reach a full outer shell? There's 2 things that could happen. Option 1 is that it could gain 7 electrons. That is an option because right now there's 1 in the outer shell. If you gain 7, you'll get to 8. The other option is to lose 1 electron. Those are your 2 options. If you lost 1, then that outer shell is like empty. So the new kind of outermost shell is full. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. So what is the easiest way for the atom to reach a full outer shell? It's whatever number is less. So obviously one electron, that's just one thing that needs to change. So that's a whole lot easier than gaining 7. So that is step 2 and 3. Oh, I didn't read it, but they do say that up here. Step 4, we need to draw the Bohr model for the ion. So to draw the Bohr model for the ion, this means there's a full outer shell. So I'm basically going to do the same thing, except I'm going to lose 1 electron. So I'm going to paste my image because that's quicker, and then just edit it. So now I'm losing 1 electron. So I'm just going to delete that, save and close. And there is my ion. So now I need to write down the charge. Notice I lost 1 electron. So I still have 11 protons. That's 11 positives, but now I only have 10 negatives. So the charge is going to be a plus 1 charge because you have 1 extra positive. And that is how you do that. If you're understanding it and you want to do the second one by yourself, you don't need me. You can just check it at the end. Totally fine. I am going to do this one. So now we have oxygen here. Draw the Bohr model for a neutral atom. So I gotta come find oxygen. It's located here. I have 8 protons. My mass is 16. Therefore, my neutrons will be 8 as well. I am going to actually gonna cheat a little bit. Copy this and then just edit it. So my protons are, oh, I can't do that. Yeah. Okay, my protons are 8, my neutrons are 8. Therefore, my electrons will be 8. The number of, so I can delete, delete another and delete another. So notice now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oxygen was in the second row, so there should only be 2 rings, and that is finished. That's how that one should look like. So how many valence electrons are there? I count how many are in the outside. There are 6. And then what are my 2 options to reach a full outer shell? Well, I'm at 6, so I can either gain 2 electrons or I could lose 6 electrons. Those are my 2 options. What's the easier way? Gaining 2, because only 2 things are changing there. So now to draw my Bohr model for the ion, I have this right now. This would be at neutral. However, to get my full outer shell, I will gain 2. And there's 1. There's 2. Now my outermost shell is full. I did add 2 electrons, therefore my new charge is going to be -2. That's it that I have for you. Try doing numbers 3, 4, and 5. Use the people around you to help you. If you're confused, maybe somebody else will understand it. We will definitely go through this on Monday. Good luck.